Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss why narcissists are actually so boring. Have you ever looked back at someone you used to obsess over and think, wait, how the hell did I fall for that? At the time, they felt like the main character, didn't they? Mysterious, magnetic, deep. But now you're standing there like, was I hypnotized or just healing from something? So let's talk about why narcissists are actually so boring. Why it felt like the opposite and how you have clarity now. Why it felt like the opposite and how your clarity now is a closure that they never gave you. So narcissists don't show up as themselves because they don't have a self. So they show up as a mirror, a shape-shifting, approval-seeking, compliment-fishing mirror. At first, it looks like charisma, confidence, charm. But in reality, it's more like a theatre kid who never left the stage. They're performing, reading you to see which role to play. They're not deep, they're just reactive. A collection of your best traits reflected back to you. You thought you'd met your soulmate, but really, you just met a sponge, soaking up your energy, wearing your personality like a costume, until they find a new one to try on. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The narcissist was never saying anything new. They were just remixing whatever made you light up. They talk in vague wisdom. They steal lines from old lovers, old friends, old YouTube videos. They post quotes that don't even match their lives. They collect personas like people collect mugs. And somehow, they always end up empty inside. They become the people they date and then move on like a hermit crab crawling into the next shell. A new look, a new laugh, a new language, but the same hollow center. Their whole identity is just recycled vibes. They fool you with one trick, intensity. They don't actually have the qualities they pretend to, but they simulate them so well. You think you found a rare soul. It's like a glittery gift box with nothing inside, wrapped in validation, charm, flirty eye contact, trauma bonding, and you think, this must be something special. But they're not complex, they're not deep, they're just chaotic. And chaos feels like depth when you're used to inconsistency. You thought they had layers, it turns out it was just masks. You thought they had depth, but it turns out they were just really good at echoing yours. You thought you lost something, but what you lost was the illusion you projected onto them. The narcissist didn't actually have anything to give. They just reflected your own dreams back to you, like a funhouse mirror with a sinister twist. When they discarded you, they didn't destroy your worth. They revealed theirs. Because the truth is, being with them was boring, exhausting, predictable in its chaos. They never evolved. They never had new ideas. They never met you halfway. It was always you doing the heavy lifting. You were the excitement, the colour, the plot line. They were just background noise with good lighting. The discard wasn't a curse. It was a cosmic favour. They didn't abandon you. They set you free. You didn't need their apology or their explanation because the truth isn't complicated. They're not deep, they're not mysterious, they're not special. They're just empty. A projector, not a person. And you were the movie. You're the reason it felt meaningful. You're the one who brought soul to the surface. And now you're walking away with all of it still intact. So let that sink in. They were never the magic. You were. So if you've been craving closure, just look in the mirror and say, damn, I can't believe I fell for that, but I'm so glad I woke up. Because boring is what they are when you finally stop supplying the story. And now you get to write a better one.